IELTS Listening, Section 4. You will hear a university lecturer giving a lecture on urban farming. First, I have some time to look at questions 31 to 40.
Now we shall begin. You should answer the question as you listen, because you will not hear the recording a second time. Listen carefully and answer the questions.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to today's lecture on a subject that is becoming increasingly relevant in our rapidly urbanizing world: urban farming. With growing concerns over climate change, food security, and sustainable living, the way we produce and consume food is under significant scrutiny. Urban farming, essentially the practice of cultivating, processing, and distributing food in or around cities, has emerged as a powerful tool to address some of these challenges. Today, we'll explore this topic in depth, focusing on three key areas. Firstly, the advantages that urban farming offers. Secondly, the economic and social impacts it can have. And finally, the challenges and future prospects for its development. Let's begin with the numerous benefits this method of food production brings to our urban environments. One of the most immediate benefits of urban farming is the reduction in food miles. Food miles refer to the distance food travels from the place where it's grown to where it's finally consumed. Traditional food supply chains often involve transporting produce over hundreds, if not thousands, of kilometers. This extensive transportation process contributes significantly to the emission of greenhouse gases, such as carbon dioxide and methane. By producing food locally, within city limits, urban farming helps lower these emissions, thereby reducing the environmental footprint associated with food distribution. Another noteworthy advantage is the freshness of the produce. Urban farms can deliver fruits, vegetables, and herbs almost immediately after harvest, reducing the need for refrigeration and long-term storage. This not only saves energy, but also preserves the nutritional value of the food, including vital vitamins. Some researchers have even noted that the shorter time between harvest and consumption may lead to higher vitamin content in urban-grown produce. However, it's worth mentioning that some critics are concerned about the potential contamination of food from pollutants present in urban environments, such as heavy metals or airborne toxins. Nevertheless, with proper soil testing, water filtration, and safe farming practices, these risks can be effectively minimized. Urban farming also makes productive use of otherwise neglected or underutilized urban spaces. For instance, rooftops, vacant lots, and even vertical walls can be transformed into green food-producing zones. Furthermore, innovative techniques like hydroponics are being increasingly adopted. In hydroponic systems, plants grow in nutrient-rich water instead of soil. This method is ideal for cities, as it requires less space and water, while still producing high yields. Yet, city environments pose challenges, one being the shortage of natural sunlight due to tall buildings and limited open areas. To overcome this, urban farmers often use artificial lighting, particularly energy-efficient LED grow lights, to simulate sunlight and support plant growth indoors or in shaded areas. Though this method consumes electricity, the integration of renewable energy sources like solar panels is helping to make these systems more sustainable in the long run. Moving on, urban farming offers several economic and social benefits that extend beyond just food production. One of the most significant is its ability to bring people together and foster a strong sense of community engagement. Community gardens and urban farms often serve as hubs where individuals from diverse backgrounds can collaborate, share knowledge, and build meaningful relationships. These spaces promote social inclusion, especially in densely populated urban settings where opportunities for interaction can be limited. Recognizing these benefits, many municipal governments have begun to offer financial support in the form of subsidies. These subsidies help cover the initial costs of establishing an urban farm, such as purchasing equipment, installing infrastructure, and acquiring seeds. This financial aid lowers the barrier to entry and encourages more people to participate in urban agriculture. Additionally, urban farming creates valuable employment opportunities, particularly in low-income areas where job prospects may be limited. The sector not only provides work, but also offers training programs that equip individuals with practical skills. These include composting, pest control, crop management, and even business planning, skills that are essential not only for urban farming, but also for broader applications in the agricultural and environmental sectors. In many cases, participants in these training programs go on to start their own initiatives or become advocates for sustainable living in their communities. Looking ahead, urban farming presents a promising vision for the future of food systems. One particularly exciting development is vertical farming, where crops are cultivated in stacked layers, often within controlled indoor environments. This method maximizes the use of limited space, allowing for high-density food production even in the heart of crowded cities. Vertical farms often incorporate hydroponics and controlled lighting, making them both space-efficient and technologically advanced. Another sustainable practice being integrated into urban agriculture is composting, especially of organic waste such as kitchen scraps and plant trimmings. Composting not only reduces the amount of waste sent to landfills, but also produces nutrient-rich soil that enhances plant growth, a win-win for both the environment and agriculture. That said, it's important to acknowledge that urban farms cannot entirely replace traditional rural farming. Large-scale staple crops like wheat, rice, and corn require vast tracts of land, ample sunlight, and specific growing conditions that cities cannot provide. Urban farms are best suited for fast-growing, high-turnover produce such as leafy greens, herbs, and small fruits that can be grown and consumed quickly. One of the biggest limitations of urban farming is the availability of space. In cities where land is scarce and highly valued, finding areas to cultivate food can be a significant challenge. Rooftop farms, community gardens, and even converted shipping containers have been used creatively to address this. But space will remain a constraint in densely populated urban centers. Finally, to ensure that food grown in cities is safe and healthy, there is a pressing need for clear and enforced regulations. These may include standards for soil testing, water quality monitoring, pesticide use, and hygiene protocols. Such regulations are essential to maintain consumer trust and protect public health, while also enabling urban farming to scale up responsibly. In summary, urban farming represents a powerful and sustainable solution to some of the food-related challenges faced by modern cities. From reducing greenhouse gas emissions and making use of underutilized urban spaces, to fostering community cohesion and creating economic opportunities, the benefits are wide-ranging. However, issues such as space constraints, energy usage, and the need for strict regulations must be addressed to unlock the full potential of urban agriculture. As city populations continue to grow, integrating farming into urban planning could become essential for building resilient, healthy, and sustainable urban ecosystems. So, that's all for today. Thank you all for your attention.
That is the end of Section 4. You now have half a minute to check your answers. Please make sure you have transferred all your answers to the answer sheet correctly. The listening test is now over. You may now proceed to the reading section.